Hey guys, today you're going to need to grab one big black sheet of paper. You also need to start off with 3 of these half sheets of paper. These are going to make up the body and the head of your insect. As always, we always put our name on the back, Mr. Calvert, and you are my 3 and whatever your special code is. Flip it over, and the first thing I need to do is I need to start with my head or my body. So you're going to take one of those sheets of paper and you need to fold it in half. Then I'm going to make a drawing on half of this sheet of paper. So if I do something like a half circle, when I go to cut this out, I'm going to have a whole circle. Notice that it has to touch this fold, okay? My fold is over here. If it does not touch the fold, you're going to have 2 of these shapes rather than one whole circle. Right? So I've got my head. I can cut that out. Your head does not have to be a circle. You might come up with a different head shape. Do some nice cutting. Right, so when I cut it, I can unfold it and I have a head. You probably want to glue it with the pencil line facing down. That way we don't see it. So I'm going to put some dots of glue. Make sure you're using the glue how I've asked. If you're not, I'm going to have to take away your glue. All right, dots of glue around the edge and then a few in the center. And you probably want to glue your head somewhere towards the top. Notice how big it is. If your insect is coming out too little, I'm going to make you take it off and redo it. All right, so to make sure it's the right size, if you use up most of the sheet of paper, then you know it's probably about the right size, right? So folding it in half, and then I can draw another body shape. Which maybe I will do kind of this oval shape. Cut that out. And unfold it, and I have a body. All right, remember that that line should be going right down the center. This is symmetry. Dots glue around the edge, a few in the center. I'm actually going to try and put this just a little bit underneath the head so it looks like they're attached. Kind of like that. All right, I got one more part of my body. I'm going to fold it in half. You're also welcome to fold it this way too. You would get a long skinny piece. It might be a little too long though if you do decide to do that, but you can give it a shot. Fold it in half, and you can make that whatever shape you want. If you want a stinger, you're probably going to do something kind of like an oval, except it comes to a point at the bottom. Remember that when you're drawing these shapes, you have to think about it as being symmetrical. All right, so even though I'm only drawing half the shape, when I cut it out, I'm going to get the whole shape. You do not have to use a stinger either. Got my shape, unfold it, and I get to have a little stinger like that. All right, so I've got my general bug shape. Now I can use some of the scraps around the room to start adding smaller details. If you want to make something like antennas or eyes or something that isn't attached, when I fold this, actually I'm going to cut off a little chunk first. So I'm going to make some eyes. So I've got my chunk of paper. I'm going to fold it in half. This time, because I don't want my eyes to be connected, I'm going to cut it so that it's not touching that fold. Maybe I'll do a nice big circle. Right? Because if this is touching the fold, then I'm going to end up just like my body where I only have half of it. If my shape isn't touching the fold, I'm going to end up with 2 of them. Just cutting out the eyes. And I can glue these down however I would like them. You're going to be doing this to add all kinds of details to your bug. I don't want to see you drawing the details onto your bug. If you want your bug to have stripes, you need to cut those out of paper. Alright, we will continue working on these next time as well. Try at least to get the body done and maybe some features as well.